LS, and in this video I will be reviewing the Dayan Panshi. The Panshi is a 6 3x3 cube from Dayan, and it is a standard 57mm puzzle. It comes in a blue box with a picture of this guy who designs the Dayan cubes, so you can have a stare at his face all day long if you really want to. One thing I noticed about this puzzle right after I opened up the box is the holes between the pieces. They're huge, and first it looks kind of ugly, but it helps reverse corner cutting, and you won't really care much anyway. And I'll talk more about the corner cutting and reverse corner cutting later on in the video. The Panshi also comes in a bunch of different colors, although I only have white right now. And the stickers that come with them are normal Dayan stickers with the dark, dim colors, which I don't really like. I don't know about you, but I don't really like them. Okay, I think I talked enough about the looks and the boxes and the Chinese guy who made it. So now I'm gonna be talking about the specs of the cube itself. These are what the pieces look like all together. You also get a 3D diagram of the cube on the top of the box. The edges and the corners have these bumps sticking out of the cube, and they're probably supposed to act as huge torpedo pieces, like the torpedo pieces from the Zhanchi and the Guhang version 2, and prevent the popping to a certain extent. Oh yeah, speaking about torpedoes, while I was disassembling the cube, I was kind of surprised to see that the Panshi that I got did not have any torpedoes. So I went to see several videos on YouTube, and all of them had torpedoes in them. So if you weren't that fortunate and you didn't get any torpedoes in your Panshi, go and make a phone call to claim Dayan, if you really want to. The center cube also has this bump that kind of looks like a hat, which is supposed to reduce the friction between the centers and the edge pieces, which is probably why the cube is so loud. Like this. I don't really know if this is a good thing or not, but another thing that I noticed about this cube is that the core is actually pretty small compared to the rest of the Dayan cubes and most 3x3s in general. This is probably because of the bumps that are sticking out of the pieces, which I talked about earlier in this video, are kind of huge. So the big cores won't really fit in there, maybe. So now I'll be comparing this cube to the Zhanchi. First, I'm going to be talking about the edge pieces. As I said earlier, there are those bumps that are sticking out from the sides. Also, the side that's against the centerpiece also has this tiny bump. Now on to the corners. The corner stocks are smaller on the Panshi, and the corner pieces also have those bumps. You can definitely see the difference between these two pieces, between the Panshi and the Zhanchi. They also have these grooves on the edge of the pieces, which I'll be talking about more later on. Now I'll be showing you how this cube does in terms of corner cutting. You can corner cut up to 45 degrees on this cube, and it is great, but when you try to cut even slightly over 45 degrees, those grooves on the corners that I mentioned earlier catch on the edges and locks it up. But you probably won't need to corner cut that much, so it probably won't be a problem. Overall, I think that the Panshi is a pretty fast cube, although it has a pretty different feeling from the Zhanchi. And if I had to pick either a Zhanchi or a Panshi in terms of speed and, if I'm going to use it in a competition or not, I'd probably pick the Zhanchi right now. But that's a matter of personal preference, and my Zhanchi's pretty well broken in, and I'm really used to the Zhanchi. I've been using the Zhanchi for like 2 years now. So I might, 2 years now, so I might change my mind if I use the Panshi long enough, and if I break it in, I lube it properly, my mind might change. So yeah, that's the whole review. Thanks for watching.